These East Coast transplants love life in New Mexico, but not their yard.
So this is the landscaping we've done so far.
See who can create an outdoor sanctuary for enjoying the views. Landscaper's Challenge is next. Gordon and Jeff were East Coasters looking for a lot more sunshine in their lives when they discovered the historic New Mexican town of Cerrillos. Situated just south of Santa Fe, they're close enough to enjoy the art, atmosphere, and traditional adobe architecture of their state's capital. But with a house that sits on 40 acres of land, they're just as content to kick back at home and take in the amazing views. That doesn't include their front yard. What Jeff and Gordon would like to do is transform this neglected space into a relaxing retreat that takes advantage of their spectacular setting.
We were living in a row house in the heart of Baltimore, and we're ready for a shift and came out here on vacation.
And now we've ended up here on 40 acres on the side of a mountain outside Santa Fe. It was quite a change, but a welcome one and one that we really wanted.
Jeff came up with the floor plan for their traditional Southwest meets contemporary style house, which features a studio for Gordon's printing and papermaking business and endless opportunities to bring the views right inside.
The house actually has 29 windows in it, so lots of light coming in. You just can't beat that.
They also can't beat the location.
Santa Fe is the third largest art market in the United States.
So you kind of get the best of both worlds if you really like the artwork, but you don't want to necessarily be in a huge metropolitan area.
The wide open space gives dogs Scout and Ranger plenty of room to run, and Gordon and Jeff even more reasons to relax. They'd like to be able to unwind outside, but right now their front yard's an undefined dirt space that's more wild than welcoming.
So this is our front patio, which is recessed quite a bit. We don't get hit with the sun during the day. One of the less attractive features out here is the porch swing, but the dogs have had a terrific time with just about every corner of it. And we're not certain yet whether or not we want to keep it or let go of it.
In addition to our chewed-up porch swing, this is what we're using as seating. I think we'd like to improve on that a little bit.
The yard is equally ragged.
So this is the landscaping we've done so far. We've strategically placed this dead tree, and some of our guests were nice enough to gather stones from the yard and build this circle for us.
And then in addition to that, we took the rocks that were left over from the construction and put them along the driveway here to try to define the space, and that's our rockscaping.
And we're also looking forward to having a little bit more green in the front yard, maybe plants that are actually alive.
A dirt driveway leads up to a parking area by the house. Unfortunately, it stops short of the front door.
It's not working very well as a parking area. It comes up too close to the studio, and then we go around the corner here and we've got the propane tank, which is ugly. We'd love to be able to push the parking area back or even just dig up the gravel and make it natural landscape like everything else is around here.
With a budget of $25,000, Jeff and Gordon are hoping one of our three designers can come up with a yard that will flatter their fabulous views. First is Catherine Clements. Now, she grew up in New Mexico, and her landscape designs have been featured in several magazines.
I love creating spaces for people and creating spaces that exceed their expectations. The ultimate thing for me is to make people enjoy being out in their yards. That's very rewarding for me. Jeff and Gordon have paving here at their portal here, but I really like to be able to pull people out into the landscape, and it helps balance the yard a little bit more so that they're not just packed up against the house and looking out into the space, but they really get to be out in it.
Next, Solange Serquis was a landscape designer in her native Argentina before a fateful visit to her sister in New Mexico.
When I first arrived here in Santa Fe, I feel like in love. I feel like it's a beautiful landscape to enjoy every day. When I came here to Jeff and Gordon's house, my first impression of this house in the middle of the 40 acres was like, wow, they have a huge, huge, beautiful landscape to enjoy, but maybe they need something like they can enjoy right away.
Finally, Bill Hutchinson has been landscaping in Santa Fe for over 20 years and specializes in ecological contemporary designs.
The heart of good landscape architecture is site-sensitive, providing the best architecture possible, connecting people with plants and nature. It's a great joy to bring them together. Jeff and Gordon are creative people, such as many in Santa Fe. So when I talked with them originally, I discovered that they would be willing to try some new things in their garden. When I first came to this house, I noticed that the approach is off. You can't tell where the front door is. You don't know where to park your car. I have some ideas on how to correct that.
All three designers have some great ideas, but who has the skill to transform barren into beautiful?
So I have a change in approach for you.
That will be this tall.
Oh, wow.
This was used by the Emperor Charles V to treat gout.
This program brought to you by Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
In the Northwest, it can rain 200 inches in 1 year. Not a problem for new Orolast wood. At the coast, weather can hit 100 degrees with 90% humidity. No sweat for Orolast. In the South, a termite colony can eat 1,000 pounds of wood a year, but they won't eat Orolast wood. Orolast, the first ever worry-free wood. Geldwin Windows and Doors. Reliability for real life.
Hey kids, there's eggs under the bed. And I come hopping along, kicking up my heels and singing this song. Kids, and I hide them on the lawn, but you better. I think this one's got money in it.
When your Easter surprise becomes an instant classic, you're in a good place. The Singing Hallmark Rockin' Rabbit. Just $12.95 when you buy 3 cards. Only at today's Hallmark Gold Crown stores.
Yeah, no, I gotta go. Yeah, I'm getting on.
I totally spaced on that one. That was bad.
Let's just use your Capital One no hassle card.
Protect yourself with Capital One's low rates and great rewards.
I am so good.
What's in your wallet?
Yes, Mr. Puppy, there is so much to discover. Like Beneful Healthy Growth for puppies. With crunchy rice, real chicken, and real milk. Even vitamin-rich vegetables. There's extra protein for those growing muscles. And calcium for developing healthy bones and teeth. You just think you're getting spoiled. Life is good. Very good.
Beneful Healthy Growth for puppies. Another healthful, flavorful Beneful.
Every neighborhood in America has that one house that doesn't fit in.
What the heck is that thing?
What's with that house?
Sunday nights at 10 on HGTV.
Jeff and Gordon love the peace and quiet of their custom-built house just outside the bustling art community of Santa Fe. They'd like to create a front yard that takes advantage of their awesome views. And after meeting with our 3 landscape designers, they're eager to see who can transform dirt into something dynamic. Catherine Clemens is first. Her design echoes the sharp angles of the house, then contrasts them with a gently flowing path leading to a new entry.
So I have a change in approach for you. Literally. What I'm suggesting to you is that we move the guest parking over to this side of the house as opposed to the other side where you currently park.
She also suggests creating a new front courtyard defined by low walls. The walls would be stuccoed to match the house, while a walkway of washed aggregate complements the existing concrete porch.
What's defining the sides of the walkway?
Where there's bends in the walkway, we'll have groups of river rocks. Just like a stream bed, as it comes around, it deposits the rocks in that curve.
The walkway flows into a courtyard featuring a built-in stone bench, or banco, as it's known here in New Mexico.
So this is where the Boss Rock Banco would be located, and this is the rock that we would use to build that. It's a sandstone.
And is that the moss?
Well, yeah, it's called moss, but it's actually lichen. It's our dry weather kind of moss around here, but it's got a very beautiful color.
Ornamental plants cluster around the courtyard, giving it an oasis feel, with a pinyon pine for green and an ash tree for shade.
Do ash trees grow quickly in this climate?
Get a tree that's big enough to start with, which is what we have planned, that it'll start to give you some shade right away.
Oh, great.
At the edge of the courtyard is a gently bubbling rock fountain.
Around here, water is going to be a concern. If our neighbors here see a fountain, we might be run out of the neighborhood. How much water is it going to use?
You can definitely use the water from your catchment system. This particular kind of fountain has a small recirculating pump.
More pines, shrubs, and grasses give definition all year round.
This is a Cytisus burkwoodii, and we know this as a broom. And one of the reasons that I really like this plant is because it's evergreen, but it blooms, and that's very difficult to get something that does both of those.
Yeah, that's a
and
great
it comes
color,
in a number of colors.
As a final touch, Catherine would add pots of seasonal flowers for color.
Well, thank you so much, Catherine. You've got some great ideas.
Next, Solange Serkis extends the living area of the house with a playfully tiered stone patio that cascades out from under a wood pergola.
Great, so it'll look like it was part of the house when it was
it's part
first
of the
built.
house, yeah.
The existing concrete porch will be covered with thin Indian stone tiles.
Oh, great, so there's lots of variation in the colors of these.
Yes, every piece is different.
So this is sort of a bird's eye view of what our patio will look like when it comes out.
Exactly.
The tile would be edged with river rock as the patio curves outward to form two more tiers, featuring a planter and a stone bench.
This is one option for the bench. This is green porphyry, and the other option is use green flagstone.
Larger flagstones define the entry area, while planters feature a variety of flowers and grasses.
And what is this called?
Stipa.
Stipa?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
That will be this tall.
Oh, wow.
And the calagrass this will be this tall.
So they're really tall then.
Yes, this is really tall.
These are babies.
Use these.
A clay pot of agave welcomes visitors at the front door, and a line of more plants blocks off the studio from casual view.
It defines my little patio.
Your little patio.
It's all about you.
And with the aromatic, lavender, salvias, everything you can see, touch, and smell.
Two crabapple trees anchor each corner of the house with vivid color. A new parking area stretches out from a new fence that would hide the propane tank and dog run.
So what do you think, guys?
It sounds like
you're ready.
Just happy?
He's excited.
Last up, Bill Hutchinson creates Santa Fe serenity by mixing fire, water, metal, and earth elements, all enclosed in a gently curving garden. And just like Catherine, he suggests moving the parking area.
The guests park their cars over here, and they approach your house through this direction. This is the most interesting view of your house.
A low stucco wall matches the house and leads through a wooden gate to a tinted concrete parkway.
The front walk would be of poured concrete. This is a close match to the existing concrete of your portal.
Is it blocks like this, or is it one continuous walk?
No, it's one what they call monolithic pour.
The walkway continues past a metal sculpture set against a garden palette of grays and greens, accentuated with bright bursts of color.
This is agastache. It's a wonderful scented plant. This has wonderful orangey flowers in midsummer. And we have germander. This was used by the Emperor Charles V to treat gout.
Hopefully we won't need it for that.
You never know. This is English lavender, one of the hardy lavender varieties here in Santa Fe.
And what's this, Bill?
This is wallflower. It's a New Mexico native wildflower, one of the first to flower in spring.
That'll be nice.
A bridge leads over a dry stream bed to a floating patio of tinted concrete, where a built-in stone banco rests under the shade of a Russian olive tree.
This has sea green foliage, which will tone down the color of your roof. Has wonderful orange berries, which the birds dearly love. Fast-growing tree.
Is the fast-growing relative to New Mexico?
Yes.
Or really fast? Because everything grows so slowly in New Mexico.
Easily 1 to 2 feet a year.
Great.
Under the arms of this tree, we will have a large sculpted boulder, and that will be a recirculating water feature. Also, in that same basin, we will conceal a gas ring and run it from your propane tank. So in the evening hours, when it gets cool, as it does in the evening here in Santa Fe, you can linger out around the campfire. You can even roast marshmallows if you want.
S'mores.
And s'mores, yeah.
A billowy ground cover of Santolina and glazed pots of seasonal color complete the peaceful picture.
Been a pleasure working with you.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah,
It looks great.
Thanks, Bill.
With such unique designs to choose from, it won't be easy for Jeff and Gordon to make a decision. But just wait until work gets underway. With all the digging and dust flying right at their front doorstep, redoing their yard might be more than they can take. Jeff and Gordon have a laid-back Santa Fe style about everything except their forsaken front yard. They're ready for a change and eager to choose one of our 3 designers to help them. Will it be Catherine Clemens and her courtyard of contrasting angles and curves? Or Solange Serkis and her romantic 3-tiered patio? Or maybe Bill Hutchinson and his serene southwestern garden?
It was a really tough decision. Every hour for almost the entire 7 days, we would change our minds and go back and forth.
But we finally decided to go with Catherine Clemens because the way she used the squared-off courtyard, which really tied in well with the house, and mixed it with the winding pathway, which we really liked.
Well, I'm really excited to be chosen for this project because I know that the design that I've done is going to make a huge difference for these guys. They suddenly have this wonderful outdoor room where it was just open and basically dirt before. So I can't wait for them to be able to see the transformation that we're going to be able to create for them.
Catherine gets off to a quick start digging a trench for the wall that will define the space. Once the wall's in place, the banco can be built and the walkway poured. With the hardscape well underway, Jeff and Gordon focus on a few accent touches.
I was thinking that maybe it would be nice to frame the front door to get a cluster of pots that you'd see as you walk up to the door and bring a little color into that spot there.
So, Catherine, I'm a little confused. Do we want the color to be coming in the pots? Or would we rather have the color from what we put in the pots?
Well, we have a lot of earth tones in the yard, and I'm a little concerned that if we get really brightly colored pots, that they're just going to stand out and attract too much attention. So I think getting color in the plants is really going to be more successful for us.
Okay.
Yeah,
so let's look at some earth tone pots. So this was the kind of pot that I had in mind, these terracotta ones here.
What about something like this, Catherine? Is this?
I think that's a great shape. I'd like to see something that's a little bit taller, perhaps. We have a very tall wall there that doesn't have anything on it, and it'd be good to be able to get some height in there that would kind of break that spot up there.
Oh, nice, and bring the color of the flowers up.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that would work great. So let's look around.
There's a taller one there.
This has really got the height that we want, but I think it would be nice to find something that's a little simpler.
Oh, okay, great.
Oh, I like this shape.
That's gorgeous. I really like that one.
It's got a nice flare.
And it's so different from a lot of the other pots. It's really unique.
Yeah, so if we cluster some other pots here, we can have a couple different heights and just lead right up to the top.
That's right. It works great.
Let's do it.
So far, they've got style and a touch of ornamental color. Now it's time to get playful.
Now, these are kind of fun.
I don't know, where would you see us using something like this?
You know, I'm thinking maybe at the end of the banco on the patio there, so when you come in, you can see this little thing there.
I like that idea.
Oh, I do too. How about this elephant?
I don't know.
Think so. Not the elephant.
Maybe one of these birds would be a little bit more subdued.
So you're not even going to consider the pig?
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's not happening.
I think we ought to go with the bird.
I'm getting the bird.
You guys.
A sleek, sophisticated clay pot, some smaller accent pieces, and a dove. Will Gordon and Jeff finally find peace in their own front yard?
The new front yard has changed the way we use the house.
See the dramatic results next on Landscaper's Challenge. Not long ago, Gordon and Jeff's Santa Fe yard lacked any southwestern style, but with help from designer Catherine Clemens, some incredible changes have taken place. Let's see what they think about their brand new space.
We can sit on the front porch now and we can see the beautiful garden up close, and then in the distance we see this great mountain and the clouds rolling over the mountain.
It's like having a whole new room in the house.
It's an outdoor room they'll be using all the time now that it's just steps from the front door.
Hi, Gordon and Jeff.
After all her hard work, Catherine's looking forward to enjoying the scenery.
Hi, good to see you.
Well, are you happy with it?
We are so happy with it. It's
We're
amazing.
over the moon.
Oh, that's great. Oh, I'm
It's
happy
just,
about that.
it's an awesome
Yeah.
space.
You guys did a fabulous job picking out this pot. You did a great job planting it. Nice mixtures of colors.
We really like how people notice the color, and so then they know that this is the entrance, and it really draws them closer to the house.
The rock fountain and surrounding evergreens draw the eye out again to the patio.
We just love the fountain. We think this whole area, it looks like it's been here forever.
I love the cluster of the rocks around, and you get the different colors.
And then the grass is poking up through will really help soften it too and sort of feel like a stream bed planting.
The wall behind is low enough not to obstruct the views and high enough to hide the old parking area in front of Gordon's studio. The courtyard is made for sitting and relaxing under a new ash tree that, once it fills out, will shade the beautiful moss rock bunco.
I'm just amazed. I can't believe how they put this together. When I saw all the stones spread out in the yard and then came back after work one day and they had it all put together like a big puzzle piece, it was great.
Well, that's a nice sculptural element besides being a great place to be able to perch for a few moments. And I see we have our nice little pot here. It works great here on the patio, something a little fun like we were talking about.
I like the elephant, but the dove is nice.
You're willing to settle for it, huh?
Yes.
Rock gravel stands in for mulch and plays off the walkway for a natural feel.
Well, we really love the concrete walk-through here and how it winds its way in. The sand finish, I think, really works well with the whole dry riverbed kind of theme with the rocks.
I think it blends really nicely with the moss rock and the bonco and complements the colors of the stucco and of the house.
I like the vines, too, along the wall.
A lot of the wall will disappear as that trumpet vine really starts to fill in and make a big mass that's going to droop over the wall. I think it's going to make a big difference in here.
So will the garden off the porch. And with new lights, Jeff and Gordon will be able to enjoy it day or night.
This plant over here has already brought some hummingbirds into the garden.
It's very attractive. It's a blue mist spirea. A couple of lavenders that are small now, and they'll turn into a nice big 2-foot mound.
On the other side of the walkway, another garden is anchored by a hawthorn tree that greets visitors from the entry.
And then there are hints of plants along here, and I'm not sure what's what.
Well, they're working to poke their way up above the gravel here. So we have, this is a blue salvia here, and it's one of my favorite plants.
The walkway flows around the wall and into the brand new guest parking area.
So how does the new parking area work for you, since that was kind of one of the most major things that we did is we flipped the parking to this side of the house?
That was an idea that never even occurred to us.
It is a natural place for where people see it and they go, oh, and they swing right in.
Exactly.
And then there's just a beautiful entrance to our home. Thank you so much, Catherine. We really just had a great time working with you.
Well, it was a definite pleasure. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoy the space.
We already have.
Now Jeff and Gordon finally have an outdoor space that's as inspiring as their sweeping southwestern views. Thanks for joining us on Landscapers Challenge. We'll see you next time when we put 3 more landscape designers to the test.
We can actually have them out here and not have them bolt.
Can you guys sit? Oh, what a good boy. There's 39 1/4 acres waiting.